Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures Morning Leap session for Tuesday, November the 7th, 2017. My name is Doug McKay. I am the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. Each morning we get together in these live go-to sessions for our pre-market analysis and trade plan setup. We take a look at the market macro to micro, then take a look at the structure of the market. Then we drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and our hypotheses for the day. Our hypotheses are our trade plans. We do create multiple trade plans based on simple auction logic. We do not know what the market's going to do. Therefore, we take a look at what the probabilities are, set our plans in place, then we wait to see what the market actually does, then execute the plan that best suits the market. This is a subscription room. If you're interested in checking it out, send me an email at quantumleapfutures@gmail.com. There's no website, there's no blog. This is not a commercial venture. We do everything live here in the go-to, and then we do live trading and analysis during the course of the trading day. If you want to go on my YouTube channel, Quantum Leap Futures, you'll find, I think there's probably 700 days or something like that of these pre-market sessions, so you can get an idea of the daily routine that we do. And then during the regular trading hours, we do live trading and analysis for our members. Please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, and your own risk metrics. Okay, so let's take a look at yesterday. We basically our two main hypos were focused. They were both weighted 50-50. Hypo 1 being a open auction in range, and then a breakout to new all-time highs, and then rotation back down into yesterday's range and going sideways. We were looking for a rotational day. Equally weighted to the upside was an open auction in range, a move down to test the LVN and then find buyers and rotate us up and then go sideways up at the all-time high after putting in a new all-time high, breaking that weak all-time high of the double top that we put in at the 85.50. And then Hypo 3 was an open test drive and a push up into the 90s. And basically, we got a combination of Hypo 2 and Hypo 3, but for the most part, they took the breakout and then they fought the range high from the prior day and then started pushing up. The nice thing that happened is that we held that low from Friday's zipper. So this is a 4-tick Renko chart, and these are zipper measured moves that I trade. And basically, they start with an impulse wave into a consolidation, and then we're looking for the breakout and the continuation wave up into the primary target being the 61.8 extension from the breakout of the zipper. And we put this zipper in on Friday, and it was never violated. The measured moves are not violated until you break below the start of the impulse wave. So in this case on Friday, we had the 74.25 to violate the zipper measured move, which was that 91.75. So we never violated. And then yesterday afternoon, we put this other zipper measured move in, and that target was 93.50. And these are not session dependent, as I always talk about. And here we are. We went up into the Globex and put in and hit the measured move to the tick at 93.50. Let's just take a look at the Globex here. So we opened auction, okay, they came down to the 87.50 and basically came down and tested the VPOC from the prior RTH session, and then we rotated all the way up, hit both of those measured moves on the way up, and then my favorite reversal signal shows up, and we get the FUBAR Mr. Sneaky technical gap, and had you traded that, I didn't. I stayed long. I was long into the close from 88.75, looking for that 93.50. I thought we'd actually do it in the extended trading hours, the 4:30 Eastern to 5 o'clock, but they took their bloody time. I ended up closing mine down at the first target, the 91.75. But come up into the 93.50, hit the zipper measured move to the tick. Then we put in the foo bar, okay, volume spike 2 times the average volume. You can't see it on this chart, but it did create the technical gap away from the 9 EMA, and then we get the Mr. Sneaky, and your entry bar is here, looking for the rotation back down to close the technical gap and looking for possible continuation. Had you'd been awake for this would have been the trade of the night, and could have caught the move all the way down into the new low. We do have a weak low here at 86.75, but as the buyers continue to do in this unbelievable trend, we are rotating back up. But let's just take a step back. Let's take a look at our news for the day. So we've got Red Book coming out in 2 minutes. 10 o'clock, we've got economic optimism, but the big one today is going to be the JOLTS jobs opening. Then at 11:30, we've got the 4-week and the 52-week bill auction. Governor Pelosi from Canada is going to be speaking at 12:55. 3-year note auction at 1 o'clock, and then Yellen is going to speak at 2:30. So we do have some speakers in the afternoon and some news that could move the market this morning. We are still in the heart of earnings. So far, everything seems really good for the earnings. After market today, we've got Snap, Marriott, Coherent, Take-Two, Acadia. But the big one is going to be on Thursday. Thursday is when we've got Disney, Nordstrom's, Hertz, NVIDIA. Tomorrow we've got Manulife, Fox, and Sun Life. But as it continues to be, the earnings are very, very strong so far. What I like to do is take a step back each day and take a look at the macro to micro. I do this on my TOS paper money. I only use TOS for options, which is on my other computer, but I got the live data, and I love the drawing tools here. We're in this upward sloping pitchfork on the monthly. We are in our 12th month of one time framing up on the monthly. This is not seen in, I don't know how many years since I've started trading. I've never seen this before, this strength. I always use a 9 EMA and 20 SMA on all my charts. And what I'm doing is I'm looking at the time frames where we are in relation to the trend. Do we have good slope and separation of the two moving averages? Very, very strong upward trend. We don't even come down to test the trend on the monthly till we get down to the 24, 64, 50. On the weekly, another, first, this is our 9th week of higher, weeks or higher closes. We just put in the new all-time high in the Globex, that 25.93.50. This is what I call an unequalized high. If you do your own back testing, it's very, very rare that we put in a all-time high in the Globex that is not tested by the RTH traders, the regular trading hours. They do not like to have all-time highs put in the Globex without retesting it. This is, I believe it's the 67th new all-time high. See, the 66th or the 67th new all-time high in 2017 alone. That is incredible. Good slope, good separation on the moving averages. Going to the daily, again, price is paralleling the 9 very nicely. We're inside this channel, upward channel on the daily. We keep closing above it. So we still have lots of room of expansion. The trend doesn't even get challenged on the daily until we get down to the 25.78 and a quarter area. Going into the intraday, on the 4-hour, again, good slope, good separation. Price is paralleling the 9 quite nicely. Going to the 30-minute, We do have some contextual change here, possible start of a downward trend, although we did leave a naked cross here at 25.90.50. We were getting slope and separation to the downside, but we've now broken above the 9 and coming up to test the 20 and coming back to fill this naked close. Going to the 15-minute. You can see that we're above the 9 and the 20, and we're losing slope and separation to the downside. So the buy the dip buyers are stepping back in. Another naked close on the 15-minute at 91.75, and then on the 5-minute, you can see we're starting to get slope and separation to the upside now, and there is a naked cross up here. Oh no, got taken out right there. Sorry. So that one's through, but we do have one on the 15-minute and the 30-minute. So taking a look at the structure of the market. So a little bit of context for those that are new in the room. We were in this smaller micro composite here. Let me just bring it to the front. Right here, and our micro composite VPOC was down here at the 49. And then we broke out of the value area high, which is at the 25.56 on the microcomposite, accepted value higher here at the 59.50, and then we went into price discovery, went and put up that prior all-time high at 76.75, tried to hold value here at the 71.72 level, and then we gapped down, took a trip all the way through the value area. Buy the dip buyer stepped in just in front of that key line in the sand, which is down here at the 25.38, and then we came up, accepted value at 62, and then went up. And then we've been in this upper range, and the smaller microcomposite that runs from the 20th through to, and I should bring in Friday, Monday. And then, we had the shift of the microcomposite VPOC to the 72.75, and then we accepted value higher at the 77. We were talking about this last week, waiting for the microcomposite VPOC to shift up to the 77 area for possibility of continuation and going back into price discovery. We didn't get the microcomposite shift, but we did accept the value in the last 3 days, and then we broke out and went and put what was the all-time high in yesterday, but it was a double top at 25.90, so it was a weak high. And then in the Globex, we went in and put that 93.50. Areas to keep an eye on, obviously the 86 is going to be important, 84 target below it. Key line in the sand for the day is going to be down here at the 25.80. We were using the 25.80 for our over-under line yesterday. I'm going to shift that to the temporary key line in sand because below that, I'm looking for a move back down into the 76.50, but more likely down to the 72.75 and coming back into this balance area right here on the microcomposite. If we get below the 70.50, then we're coming back into the longer time frame balance and we'll probably get the move down into this into this area down here at the 53 and 49. We have not had a significant pullback. Will it be a turnaround Tuesday today? I don't know. I'm just going to trade the levels and not worry about it. So if we take a look at the Globex overnight, our inventory is about, I'd say 75 to 80% net long. We did go up. We put in this head and shoulder pattern with the FUBAR Mr. Sneaky Tech Gap. So you had two patterns to trade off of at this all-time high for the rotation back down. We are seeing some balance coming in, overnight around the 87 to 88.50 area. That's where our current overnight VPOC is. It's not likely to change. This is a B-shaped profile with the LVN here at the 89.50. So if we take our levels, let's start moving them over to our trade chart. Our overnight VPOC is at 88.50. Our overnight high is the new Globex unadjusted all-time high at 83.50. And our overnight low is a week low down here at 86.75. And then we've got this this LVN here at 89.50, and that's just one tick above our value area. This is a valid value area from yesterday, so I'm going to use that as a trade level for the breakout of the 90 and into that main target above at 91.75. And then a break to the new to equalize the all-time high. Below us, we've got the overnight low, and then we've got the value area down here at 85. I don't need this, so I'm just going to bring this out. But we got the LVN, the composite LVN here at the 86. So I'll be using the 86 instead of the 85. And then below that 25.79.75 becomes our our key line in the sand. Okay, and then our over-under line, I'm actually going to use, I'm going to move this down here, and I'm going to use the value area low. So actually, you know what? It should be 84. So I'm going to come down here to 84. This is going to be our over-under. All right, our daily full session average true range 20 period full session ATR is running at 1239. So off of the low of the night, our upside daily ATR is up here at 99 and a quarter. Off of the high overnight, our downside daily ATR is down at the 81. So we still have room to go up and test the 2600 today. And if we come down and get below the 84, I'm looking to target down into the 81 and possibly a break of the 80 down here, with the first target being that 77. And then the 72.75. Well, I already got that marked as the balance that we're in. So all the other levels remain the same. So what am I looking at in terms of my hypotheses? Again, because the fact that we're trading so close to the all-time highs, and it is an unequalized Globex all-time high, I've got hypo A and hypo B, or hypo 1 and hypo 2, as pretty much equally weighted. I am looking for a test lower with this weak low. So my main hypothesis is an open auction in range, a push up through to break through the 90, push up into the 91, possibly even to the 93.50, and then find responsive sellers and rotate us back down into the balance from yesterday and take a trip through value down to the overnight low, chop here, and then push down to test the lower side of this balance down here at the 84. Maybe even a late day probe down to 81, but not expecting much more than that on hypo 1. Hypo 2, which again is equally weighted, but a little bit different, a push down, open auction in range, a move down into the 86 level, take out the overnight low, possibly go down to the 84, but somewhere between the 86 and the 84, I'm looking for responsive buyers to step in, rotate us up, come up, fight the range high, and then push through to new all-time highs and possibly come up into the mid 90s. And then kind of go sideways and fall back towards the 88 area into the close. That is hypo 2. Hypo 3 is an open test drive or an open drive failure to get below the value area, a quick push up to break the 90, go sideways fighting the high from yesterday, then push up through the Globex high and the all-time high and push up into the 90s and come up and test the 2600. That is hypo 3. And then hypo 4 will be a take back day or turnaround Tuesday, failure to take out the all-time high, failure, sellers stepping in quickly, coming down to the 84, chopping sideways, and then failing, pushing through to the 80, not holding and going right through it down into the 77, going sideways, and then a late day probe down into 72, and then finding a base and starting to work our way back up into the 77 area. That is my 4 main hypotheses. There's a 5th alternative hypothesis, which is basically we trade within yesterday's 7 3/4 point range and go sideways as we create balance above the breakout of value, and basically just trading between the 91 and the 85 going sideways. The gold, we'll take a quick look at gold. Gold looked like it was going to make the breakout yesterday, but it got up into the value area high. We were talking about that 83 as the target. If we could hold the 72 and get back above the composite VPOC. This composite VPOC on gold is goes all the way back to October the 24th, 2008. So this is acting as a major magnet right now as price acceptance, as we base. So nothing changes. The levels have been the same now for, 10 days. 72 is your warning line. 68 is your key line in the sand. We don't want 68 to break. If they break 68, I'm looking for a move down to 63, and I do not expect 63 to hold if we come back down here. We've been down here a couple times now, and they'll likely have to go lower to pick up buyers. And that's a free fall all the way down into the 50 to 48 area down here, as the next big target below. If we can hold the 68 and accept value higher above the 76, 83 is the level that we've got to break above. Above that, we're looking for that move into the 91 to 93 and coming back up into this target right here, which is our main target above at 91.60, and hopefully the continuation and finally see this basing pattern hold and a push back into the 1300s with our first target in the 1300s at 1304.60 and then 0840 and then eventually up into this 1312 again. So that is my thoughts on gold. That's going to complete our pre-market session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.